Hey, whippersnappers, it's Tortimer the Grey. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Pokemon Showdown Little Cup tournaments. Today I bring you another set of consolation bracket battles between the titans of ErynCerise and Readyletsgo. And these two are battling for the right to move on in the consolation bracket and take on Codeman 36, who had a very strong showing last episode against a strong competitor in Epic Big Nick. So ErynCerise and Readyletsgo are battling for the right to move on and take Codeman on. And then battle for the right to take on Klungar. So we'll see who is going to take that next step today. Here we go, let's find out together. Alrighty guys, battle number 1 sees Readyletsgo leading off with his monotype electric team, having Voltorb up front, throwing up that taunt against Mini, which is a tough one for the Dwebble, who probably comes in to set up the rocks there. Chinchou then going to switch in, taking that Earthquake. Doesn't do as much damage as one might expect, but Dwebble maybe not be the strongest attacker to begin with. Scald is then going to hit Mini, and the taunt ends, allowing Mini to, I would assume, no, throws up the Earthquake here, just going for the attack. I know Eryn often runs a counter Dwebble as opposed to a setup Dwebble, so that's probably what Mini was doing there. Joltik then going to take the Scald and go down. Scotty doing some work for Eryn there. Chinchou then switching in, Chinchou switching out, Lumberjane throwing up the Mach Punch, not doing quite enough to finish off the Chinchou, and the rest coming. So rest coming, a lot of times you see Berry Juice Chinchou. Don't go up against resting Chinchous very frequently, but it works out. Sleep Talk allowing it to continue hitting and getting the burn off. Some RNG working in their favor there to get the burn off on Lumberjane, one of Eryn's usual hard hitters. Fifi then going to switch in on the sleeping Chinchou, going to get the Intimidate up, and going to throw up the Heal Bell there, healing Lumberjane, so that's going to be very useful for Eryn, I'm sure, later on in the battle. Fifi healing back up with Berry Juice and going against the Magnemite, who is going to go down to its Sturdy, using the Berry Juice to heal back up. Magnemites are, especially recycling Magnemites, are very difficult to deal with. But Fifi using a good tactic here, getting Magnemite down to above half. Unfortunately going down to a Flash Cannon before it can capitalize with an Earthquake again. The Drain Punch landing on the Elekid, healing Lumberjane back up to full, but getting staticked with the paralysis there. Finishing off with the Mach Punch, so Elekid gonna go down. Lumberjane switching on out in favor of Scotty. Scotty is running Volt Absorb apparently because it takes a little bit of damage. Unfortunately for Eryn, our opposing Chinchou is using Water Absorb, and the RNG gives Chinchou another burn on the Scald, so that's unfortunate. Eryn has also lost her Heal Bell, guys, so Glow Cup comes in, another RNG burn there. The Shadow Ball going to land on the Chinchou, almost take it out, but leaving it just enough health to get another rest going there. Throwing up the Shadow Balls here, ticking away at it. Eryn should be able to finish off this Chinchou before it'll wake up, assuming it doesn't switch out there as it does. The Shadow Ball landing on the Voltorb, taking it very close to the bottom as well. And going to be able to finish off the Voltorb at least there before the burn finishes off the Glow Cloud there. Chinchou then switches back in. Eglantine is going to switch in, and the Vullaby is going to throw up the knockoff there. Already believe used its item, so not going to do a ton of damage. And Chinchou able to get the rest going again, so I'm sure frustration galore on Eryn's end. Some of her harder hitters who might have been able to do something here, not able to, but getting a little bit of health back on Scotty there. The Soak is going to again restore the HP. Eryn wanted me to note, and I will note now, that she was operating under extreme sleep deprivation at this point, and so she was actually pretty upset when she sent me the battle. She was so embarrassed about how some of the misplays that she made here, and I think we're seeing some of that here, forgetting about the Water Absorb and things like that. I'm sure that some of those things, Eryn's usually a very tough competitor, so we can recognize that, yeah, there was probably some external factors going into play into some of these misplays here. Lumberjane paralyzed still from the static it got from the Elekid, and gonna go down to the Scald from the Chinchou, leaving Eryn with just Scotty and just Vullaby. Going to throw up that Ice Beam. I'm assuming Eryn must not have an electric move on Scotty at present. Or Hidden Power Grass. I know my Chinchou, generally speaking, I have Hidden Power Grass on, but in face of the Water Absorb, doesn't seem to have much of an answer besides the Ice Beam here, which is not going to be doing enough, especially against this incredibly tough to defeat resting. There we go with the Volt Switch. So I guess, yeah, Volt Switch is a difficult move to pull out when you immediately then switch back out. Alright, so then we get another rest from the stinking Chinchou here on Readyletsgo's team. Knockoff continue to do some damage, but not enough to really expect a whole lot of good stuff from. The Volt Absorb going to heal Scotty back up a bit, negating some of the burn damage there as Chinchou switches back out, brings in Eglantine, and gonna take a Scald here. The RNG gods are being nice, at least that Eglantine is not dealing with burns, but taking a hard Bolt Switch there, bringing Magnemite back in. The knockoff, thankfully for Eryn, finishing off a Magnemite there, getting rid of the Berry Juice in the process. Blitzel comes out for the first time today, throws up that Flame Charge, gets the speed boost going, and does a little bit of damage to Scotty. The burn Scotty already had, doing just about as much, and the quick attack finishing Scotty out, leaving Eryn with just the basically dead Eglantine, who's going to go down to a Volt Switch there and deliver battle number 1 to Readyletsgo. But an amazing battle from both competitors there, even with some of the misclicks that Eryn had in battling under extreme sleep deprivation. That battle went 44 turns. And a little bit of RNG one way or the other. If Readyletsgo hadn't gotten some of those burns, if Eryn hadn't made a couple of misplays, I think we could have seen a completely different outcome in battle number 1. An amazing set of battles between two great competitors. To go that high up, you've got to be doing something right. So 44 turn battle. GG to both Eryn and Readyletsgo. But Readyletsgo takes battle number 1, even with some of the misplays, very narrowly getting it out there. That resting Chinchou, really MVP of the battle. Let's see what goes down in battle number 2. Here we go. Alrighty guys, battle number 2, and Readyletsgo leads off with Anorith as ErynCerise leads off with Boris. It looks like she's shaking up her team here, just as Readyletsgo has. Readyletsgo leads off with his Bug team, his Bug Monotype team. So we've got several Monotype enthusiasts here in the tournament. We had Shunosaurus and Readyletsgo, and Mac has been participating in a lot of Monotype stuff on the forum, or on the simulator as well, it seems. Cucumber then setting up some defenses here up against the Carablast. The Sticky Hold keeping the item from being shaken off there by the knockoff. Carablast starting to set up the attacks there. Cucumber recovering as more Sword Dance is coming up the field. Throwing up the Acid Armor, just wanting to withstand the Carablast here. The Mega Horn doing exactly half there. Eryn setting up recovers and defenses as Carablast continues to set up stuff. Ooh, the Mega Horn doing under a half there, and unfortunately she is at max defense. I don't think she realized she was at max defense, and unfortunately went down to the Mega Horn there. Mitten's going to come in and throw up the return and the fake out. Not enough to finish off the Carablast, unfortunately, and going to take down. Emotep is going to switch in. The knockoff going to take it out. So you've got a fully boosted attacking Carablast on the field, just going ahead and chipping away at what we've got going on here. So some of those misplays Eryn talking about, maybe if she had taken an opportunity and done a little bit more damage to the Carablast as opposed to accidentally resetting up with more Acid Armor, maybe that would have turned the tides of things a little bit here. But Carablast has switched out, so hopefully that will give her a little bit more of an opportunity to bring this battle back out. Anorith switching in as Scotty switches out. At least I think it was Scotty. It was a Chinchou. Boris switches in. Going to go down to the knockoff. Those rocks doing enough damage to put him within finishing range. The Anorith is faster, so finishing off with an X-Scissor, and then Belina switching in to finish things off. The knockoff not doing much, but removing the choice specs. Going to get a good Giga Drain off on the Anorith, but activating the Berry Juice, so Eryn just can't catch a break here. And Belina is going to get another good Giga Drain, heal up a little bit. Is it going to be enough to withstand another X-Scissor, though? No, it is not. So Eryn operating under extreme sleep deprivation, pulling out a great battle number 1, but just the dominance of that 4x attack Carablast, not being able to put a stop to that. Not anybody's fault. If things get set up that bad, I mean, she was hoping that her defenses would hold out, and they just didn't. So good battles one way or the other, and Readyletsgo really giving strong showings in the last several battles here. Was able to take out fellow Monotype battler Shunosaurus the turn before, and then able to take out ErynCerise this time. Readyletsgo will move up, and we'll be going up against Codeman36. So Readyletsgo versus Codeman36. You guys can go ahead and start scheduling your battles here. ErynCerise is unfortunately eliminated from the tournament at this point, But and even Readyletsgo mentioned when they were kind of saying hi at the beginning of their first battle. Eryn does have lots of great Pokemon content out there. If you want to check out some other Pokemon Showdown battles, she has that on her channel, as well as she is very close to wrapping up a Nuzlocke here on her channel as well. So be sure to keep an eye out for that on Eryn's channel. She's a great Pokemon member of the community, so I'll be sure to check that out. But yeah, so Readyletsgo v Codeman. You guys can go ahead and get your battles set up and be able to get that going, so you can determine who will be going up against Klungar. I also should note at this time that unfortunately Red Wolf and JW, we were trying to get our battle together. We had a time scheduled, and then they weren't able to make it, and their schedule is just so insane right now that they didn't. Nathan didn't think that they would be able to move on in the tournament, so they have officially submitted a forfeit to me, so I am going to move on into, I guess, not the final of the losers bracket, but essentially up into the final of the losers bracket, that last battle before we get to Nougat there. I am going to move up into who I'm going to be battling is anybody's guess. I guess we'll see who comes out of the Readyletsgo Codeman battles and see if the winner of that battle can get past Klungar. If it's brother on brother at the end, that might be very interesting, but we will just have to see how things play out here. Yeah, so anyway, guys, unfortunately, Red Wolf has forfeited, which I understand. Things are insanely busy. On that note, I want to give a special thank you again to Readyletsgo and ErynCerise for taking the time to go ahead and battle today. I know, like, Eryn has been extremely busy as well, hence her extreme sleep deprivation. And so I do appreciate you guys making the time and getting in there. But I totally understand. You know, we've had several instances of that where people have just been too busy, not been able to get their battles in, and things like that. So anyway, guys, we'll be waiting on the Codeman Readyletsgo battles. That's pretty much the only battles we have that we can be doing at this point. So we'll be waiting on those. Hopefully, Codeman Readyletsgo can get together and get those battles in shortly. But yeah, until then, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Tortimer the Great, and you guys have been great. Make sure to leave those likes, comments, subscriptions for me, guys, and I'll see y'all back here next time. Alright, guys, have a good one.